People used to say Jenna and I were the kind of couple others looked up to. Married 8 years, living in Portland, raising our 7-year-old son Liam in a cozy little craftsman house with a swing in the front yard. I worked long hours as a contractor, building homes I'd never live in. Jenna thrived in her marketing job downtown, juggling deadlines and parent-teacher meetings like a pro. We were tired, sure, but stable. Or so I thought. That illusion shattered on a Tuesday. I'd finished a job early and decided to surprise them with Liam's favorite Thai takeout. When I walked through the door, I heard voices low, intimate ones from the living room. At first, I smiled, thought maybe Jenna's sister had dropped by. Then I saw him, Chris, her coworker, the guy she'd mentioned in passing once or twice. Too good-looking, too confident, too familiar. They were sitting close, way too close. Her laugh was soft, like it used to be when we first met. Her hand grazed his knee, and they both froze when they saw me. "Mark," she said, her voice tight. We were just going over campaign edits. The air felt thinner. I dropped the bag of takeout. The clatter on the floor sounded like thunder. Chris stood, awkward and muttering something about leaving. Jenna's face flushed, her hands wringing themselves like guilty confessions. That night, after she'd claimed again and again that it was just work talk, I checked her phone. The messages were explicit, not vague, not maybe, confirmations. I didn't scream, didn't ask why. I just looked her in the eye and said, "Get out." She cried, begged, swore it was a mistake. But I had no room left for negotiation. By midnight, her suitcase was packed. I slept on the couch that night, not because I had to, but because the bed still smelled like her. The house was quiet after she left. Too quiet. Liam asked where Mommy went, and I told him she had to go away for work. It wasn't a lie, not really. Explaining infidelity to a second grader felt crueler than silence. Jenna texted every night. Long, aching messages. Apologies wrapped in excuses. She said she felt invisible, that she missed the way I used to look at her. Said she was lonely, that Chris didn't mean anything. Said it was one night, one mistake. But I'd seen the timestamps. I knew better. I didn't answer. Not once. I started waking up early, packing Liam's lunch, making him pancakes, folding his tiny socks while the coffee brewed. The quiet routines kept me sane. From the outside, I looked calm, maybe even noble. But inside, I was unraveling. Anger boiled beneath every chore. I'd given her everything. Loyalty. Yours, a child. And she threw it away for a coworker with a Spotify beard and to many COLOGNES. At night, I sat in the garage with the lights off, listening to the ticking of the water heater, thinking about all the things I didn't say, all the things I wanted to break, but I never did. I never gave her the satisfaction of seeing me shatter. The papers were easy to file. Oregon's no-fault laws made it quick, clean. She didn't contest anything. No custody fights. No alimony debates. Just silence. That silence said more than her voicemails ever could. I kept a photo of us in the hallway, the three of us at the beach, before everything cracked. Sometimes Liam would stop in front of it and smile. I didn't have the heart to take it down. Not yet. But I also didn't have the heart to let her back in. Some wounds don't bleed. They burn slow, like embers in the gut. And I decided I'd rather live with that burn than reopen the door she closed with her own hands. Time moved like syrup. 3 months passed. The mornings got colder. Liam lost a tooth, and I taped his tiny note to the fridge with $1 tucked behind it. Jenna wasn't there for that, or for the stomach flu, or the night he had a nightmare and crawled into my bed, asking if Mommy still loved him. I said yes, because she does, just not the right way anymore. Some nights, the weight of it all, her betrayal, my restraint, the silence felt unbearable. I'd catch myself staring at the front door longer than necessary. Waiting. For what? Closure? Revenge? A reason? Instead, Chris showed up. It was raining. The knock startled me. I opened the door and there he stood, drenched, lips pressed in guilt. "I'm sorry," he said. She ended it. "I never meant for it to go this far. I didn't mean to ruin your family." My pulse roared. My hands curled into fists. I wanted to hit him, scream, drag him into the street, and let the storm do the rest. But I didn't. I stared at him for a long second, then closed the door. Didn't say a word. The next week, the divorce finalized. Jenna signed everything without a fight. No dramatic scene. No last-minute pleas. Just clean, clinical signatures across dotted lines. We communicated only through email after that. Child pickup times, doctor's appointments, teacher meetings. Her messages were polite. Mine were colder than frostbite. Then came the counseling. Not for us, for Liam. A mediator suggested we try co-parenting sessions. At first, I resisted, but eventually, I agreed. For him, sitting across from her in that sterile office was surreal. She looked older, sadder. We talked about Liam, his routines, his fears. The therapist asked us to name our roles in the collapse. Jenny admitted she felt abandoned, unseen. I admitted I had shut down emotionally, too tired, too consumed with work. It didn't excuse what she did, but it explained the cracks. The truce wasn't a reunion, just a handshake over a battlefield neither of us won. And then, one night, at Liam's school play, I saw her smile when he walked on stage, the same way I did, and for a fleeting moment, we weren't enemies, just a people who loved the same boy. That night, as I tucked Liam in, I realized something strange. I wasn't angry anymore, not happy, not healed, but not burning. Just. Still, a month later, at his birthday party, she stood across the yard with a paper plate in hand, laughing quietly with other parents. I stood by the grill, flipping burgers, watching Liam open gifts. I didn't feel bitterness. I felt grateful for the quiet, for the space, for the chance to rebuild not a marriage, but myself. Some fires burn you to ash. Others light your way forward.